Did you know a Chapter 7 case can get dismissed or given the opportunity to convert to a Chapter 13 to pay some debt back through a plan of repayment if the person fails the totality of the circumstance test? We're continuing to discuss the Haven Act, analyzing if, how, and when it will help a financially struggling VA disability recipient as it relates to the totality of circumstance test. Hey, I'm Arkansas attorney Greg Niblock, founder of Niblock & Associates. I've practiced bankruptcy law for over 31 years and filed over 15,000 bankruptcy cases, many of whom were veterans. So this isn't my first rodeo dealing with the complexities of bankruptcy. So let's continue now figuring out the totality of circumstances test by seeing how judges view reasonable and necessary living expenses. Here's some of their quotes. Creditors should not be made to subsidize luxury or recreational items without depriving debtors of adequate food, clothing, shelter, or other necessities of life. Now, what does that mean? Necessities of life. The court is saying no luxuries, right? Necessities of life. Next is a quote right out of a case where the judge is describing what he sees the debtor doing. The debtors have been living beyond their means, and the totality of the monthly expenses reported by the debtors does not reflect any belt tightening. The debtors likewise do not appear to have prioritized their expenses to fit within their monthly income. The debtors have not, for example, reduced certain expenses so that they can afford others. Instead, they seem to want to have it all, and their creditors should not be forced to bear the burden of maintaining the same lifestyle that precipitated the bankruptcy. So the judge is saying you got to tighten your belt, you got to live within the money that you make, and you can't live beyond your means. And the court is not going to make creditors allow debtors to continue to act irresponsibly with their money, right? And I know that none of my people do that. Usually something terrible has happened and they just can't make it. But if sometimes it's difficult for people to go from making $100,000 to $50,000, right? And that's what the judge there was talking about, is probably somebody that was making really good money and then something happened and now they're making quite a bit less money and they're having a hard time dealing with it. And it's more of an emotional, psychological deal. But they have to come to grips with the fact that you have to live within your budget. You have to live within what money you make. After reviewing a bunch of different cases, I've come up with a list of expenses that are considered not reasonable and necessary. And they are gambling, tobacco, or alcohol, significant voluntary 401k contributions or loan repays, expensive or extra vehicles, expensive mortgage payments, meaning a house, a mansion, and it's only you, right? Supporting adult children. You gotta cut the cord and let them go. Student loan repayments. Some jurisdictions don't like that. Paying child's college and living expenses. I know that is sort of a hard pill to swallow because a lot of parents want to do that, but the court says if you're going to get relief from all these debts, you can't do that until you get out of bankruptcy. And finally, recreational items such as ATVs, campers, motorcycles, jet skis, condominiums, vacation homes. All right, so that's reasonably necessary living expenses. Now we're going to go to step 3, which is to calculate projected disposable income. And the way we do that is we take projected monthly income, which is everything, minus reasonable and necessary living expenses, and if there's anything left over, that's projected disposable income. And it should be paid through a Chapter 13 bankruptcy plan, provided it would pay a substantial amount to unsecured creditors. If there is, the debtor cannot file a Chapter 7. Wow, we have covered all the points of the Haven Act, the means test, and the totality of circumstances test. It's now time to bring it all home and outline our conclusions on if, how, and when the Haven Act will help that struggling VA disability recipient. And that's exactly what we're going to do on our final post. For a free copy of our special report on the Haven Act, follow this link at www.niblocklaw.com/Haven or call us at 501-261-6814. Also, we offer a no-obligation debt consultation, a $200 value, free to you if you just give us a call. And remember, at Niblock & Associates, our mission is restoring hope and peace to people in financial distress by hitting the reset button on their bills. And if we can ever be of service to you, your friends, or family members for help with bankruptcy, personal injury, wrongful death, Social Security, or tax resolution, please give us a call or visit our website. Victory is at hand, soldier on, and I'll see you next time. Bye.